Well, hello and welcome. I'm Miss Heard with Miss Heard Song Lyrics Podcast. We are in Season 7, Episode 315. The Miss Heard Song Lyric is, I got this feeling inside my balls. And then the correct lyrics is, I got this feeling inside my bones. You guessed it, Justin Timberlake Miss Heard Song Lyric from his song Can't Stop the Feeling. Can't stop the feeling! All right, let's talk about it. It's a song recorded by American singer-songwriter Justin Timberlake and was released back on May 6, 2016. So literally, 9 years ago already? As the lead single of the soundtrack to the film Trolls back in 2016, in which Timberlake also voiced the character Branch and served as the executive music producer. The singles debuted atop the U.S. Billboard Hot 100, opening with 379,000 downloads in its first week, and it marked Timberlake's fifth number one single in the country and making it the 26th song in the Hot 100 history to start the summit of the chart. Also, it became the second song to spend its first 10 weeks atop the digital songs chart. The single marked its fifth number one single in the radio songs chart and eighth on the mainstream top 40. It is among the top 20 longest leading number one singles on the adult contemporary chart. And internationally, it did well all over from Argentina, Netherlands, Russia, Scotland, and many other places. And then Can't Stop the Feeling was the best-selling song of 2016 in the U.S. And as of 2017, it sold 3.3 million downloads in the country. For Apple Music, it was the second best-performing song of the year. All right, let's talk about Justin Randall Timberlake. He was born back on January 31st, 1981. And he is an American singer, songwriter, actor, record producer, and dancer. So lots to his name. He was dubbed, I didn't realize this, the Prince of Pop since King of Pop, Michael Jackson. Billboard honored him as the best performing male solo act on pop airplay and one of the greatest pop stars of the 21st century. Wow. Timberlake also remains among the best-selling recording artists of all time, with sales over 88 million records worldwide. His records include, no surprises, 10 Grammy Awards, 4 Primetime Emmy Awards, 3 Brit Awards, 9 Billboard Music Awards, the Contemporary Icon Award by the Songwriters Hall of Fame, and MTV's Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award. He also collaborates with a lot of producers such as the Neptunes and Timbaland, and he was born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee, where he appeared on musical television shows as a child competing on Star Search, so check it out on YouTube, in the early to mid-1990s. He was also a cast member in the Disney Channel's The All-New Mickey Mouse Club. We also performed cover songs, skits, and choreography. And on that, he met and worked with his future bandmate, J.C. Chasez, and the two later rose to prominence as the lead vocalists of the pop boy band NSYNC. And in there also, if you don't know, in that new American, or all-new Mickey Mouse Club, young Britney Spears, young Christina Aguilera. So a lot of famous people, and my favorite, Ryan Gosling, if you didn't know that. Okay, so Timberlake established himself as a solo artist for his first two albums, Justified back in 2002, wow, 23 years ago, and then 2006, 19 years ago, Future Sex Love Sounds, both of which sold over 10 million copies and received triple platinum certification by the RIAA, with the latter becoming his first U.S. Billboard 200 chart number one album. Timberlake also topped the chart on 3 more occasions with the 2020 Experience. The 2020 Experience, 2 of 2, both 2013 and Man of the Woods in 2018, the 22 Experience became the best-selling album of the year. And throughout his career, Timberlake scored numerous high-charting U.S. Billboard Hot 100 singles, including Cry Me a River, Rock Your Body, Sexy Back, My Love, Love Stone, I Think She Knows, What Goes Around Comes Around, Dick in a Box, Give It to Me, 4 Minutes, Pusher, Love Girl, Suit and Tie, Mirrors, and the song we're talking about today, Can't Stop the Feeling, which earned him an Academy Award nomination. He also put his toe into acting. So he was in some starring roles in the film The Love Guru in 2008, The Social Network in 2010, Bad Teacher 2011, Friends with Benefits 2011, In Time 2011. 2011 was a big year for him in acting. Wonder Wheel in 2017, and Palmer in 2021. He also voiced Artie in Shrek the Third in 2007, and Boo Boo Bear and Yogi Bear in 2010, and of course Branch in the Trolls franchise since 2016. However, it hasn't been roses for Timberlake. There's been some legal issues along the way. Shortly after midnight on June 18, 2024, so over a year ago, he was arrested in Sag Harbor, New York, for driving while intoxicated, DWI. In addition to being charged with 1 count of DWI, Timberlake was issued 2 citations, one for running a stoplight and one for failure to keep in the lane. Yikes. He was released 9 hours later following his first arraignment at Sag Harbor Village Justice Court. The Sag Harbor Police Department would later release its mugshot. Timberlake was scheduled to return to court on July 26, 2024, and according to his arrest report, Timberlake alleged to authorities that he had only one martini shortly before he was pulled over, and despite making this claim, he refused a breathalyzer. Sounds sus. On June 22nd, 2024, bartender employees at the hotel where Timberlake was staying before his DWI arrest confirmed to People magazine that he had only one martini while at the hotel bar. One employee said that if he was drinking more, it wasn't there. However, according to the arrest report, the officer who pulled Timberlake over after he drove through a stop sign and failed to keep on the right side of the road said that his eyes were, quote unquote, bloodshot and glassy at the time. And another quote, a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage was emanating from his breath. He was unable to divide attention. He had slowed speech. He was unsteady afoot, and he performed poorly on all standardized field sobriety tests. During the stop, Timberlake reportedly said, quote unquote, "This is going to ruin the tour." This is where it's funny. The officer who did the arrest didn't know who Timberlake was and asked what tour, to which he replied, "The World Tour." That exchange went viral, spawning several memes. Despite the arrest, Timberlake was continuing to perform concerts, including a concert in Chicago on June 21st, 2024, where he appeared to address his arrest saying, "We've been through ups and downs and lefts and rights. It's been a tough week, but you're here. I'm here. I know sometimes I'm hard to love, but you keep on loving me, and I love you right back." That's pretty good quote there. Timberlake, who was performing overseas in Poland, would not attend his July 26, 2024 court arraignment, with his lawyer Edward Burke attending instead. And despite Burke's arguments that Timberlake was not intoxicated at the time of his arrest, Sag Harbor Village Justice called arraignment. Timberlake, who was still on tour, appeared virtually from Antwerp, Belgium. During this arraignment, Timberlake pled not guilty to a revised misdemeanor charge of drinking drunk and also agreed to review Burke's motion to dismiss the DWI charge, okay? However, Timberlake's New York license was suspended by the judge for an indeterminate amount of time. Interesting. Timberlake was scheduled to have another hearing on August 9, 2024, in contrast to the August 2nd hearing. Timberlake was not required to attend this court hearing, and on September 11, 2024, it was revealed that Timberlake would plead guilty to a less serious traffic offense during his September 13th court appearance, with the DWI charge being dropped. And under this plea deal, he agreed to plead guilty to driving while impaired, a lesser offense which carries a penalty of $300 to $500 fine and a 90-day driver license suspension. Okay. And then on September 13th, 2024, during an in-person appearance at the Sag Harbor Village Justice Courthouse, Timberlake did plead guilty to a non-criminal driving while impaired traffic violation. IRACE, which is the judge, then sentenced Timberlake to a $500 fine with a $260 surcharge, 25 hours of community service at the nonprofit of his choosing, and required him to make a public statement announcement. It also revealed that Timberlake's refusal to take a breathalyzer automatically triggered a suspension of his driver's license under New York state law. Wow. Okay, well, let's go back to the misheard song lyric. Again, it's in my bones, not in my balls. Okay. In the early stages of recording his 5th studio album, Timberlake also served as the executive music producer for the soundtrack of the film Trolls. This song, the up-tempo disco pop track, was written and produced by Timberlake, Max Martin, and Shellback. So names you hear throughout with other artists. How did it do? Well, I alluded to it. It did well with awards. It won the Grammy Award for Best Song Written for Visual Media at the 59th Annual Grammy Awards. Timberlake received the Hollywood Song Award for Can't Stop the Feeling at the 2016 Hollywood Film Awards, and won the award for Best Song Written for an Animated Film at the 2016 Hollywood Music and Media Awards. It was also nominated for the Academy Award for Best Original Song, Golden Globe Award for Best Original Song, Critics' Choice Award for Best Song, Satellite Award for Best Original Song, and by the Guild of Music Supervisors Award for Best Song Recording Created for a Film. It also won the award for Song of the Year at the 2017 iHeartRadio Music Awards, and Favorite Song at the 43rd Annual People's Choice Award. And at the former, it was nominated for Best Song from a Movie. Many accolades. And then at the 2017 Billboard Music Awards, it won the award for Top Selling Song and Top Radio Song, and was nominated for the Top Hot 100. So there you go. Lots of accolades. music video. Have you seen it? I've never seen it. I finally looked at it on YouTube. You're going to die. It was originally uploaded 9 years ago on May 16, 2016. It is at almost 1.9 billion with a B views. It's at like 1,898,000,000. So right there, you know, it's probably there now as we speak. The first video release, titled First Listen, features cast members from the DreamWorks animation movie Trolls. Among them was Anna Kendrick, love her, Gwen Stefani, James Corden, Zooey Deschanel, and the list goes on. And the song's official music video was released on May 16, 2016. And the director of this one, you will find that I found on this, was by a Mark Romanek. The Can't Stop the Feeling video follows Timberlake on a tour to everyday places in Los Angeles, like a laundromat, diner, barbershop, donut shop, with an individual dancing along the single at every stop. And then at the end, we have all the dancers. I went with Timberlake in the front dancing together under a highway underpass. And as described by Time editor Katie Lang, not KD Lang, the singer, but Katie, C-A-D-Y, Timberlake, quote unquote, dances through what a typical day might be: breakfast at the diner and grocery shopping. So fun, really fun, but not about in my balls. Although, you know, he's done a song, Dick in a Box. Does seem to work out. Inside My Balls is the misheard song lyric. It's Inside My Bones. If you have any great misheard song lyrics like this example, please send it to our Misheard Song Lyrics Facebook page, our Instagram, or just send us an email at misheardsongs@gmail.com. Till then, keep singing the songs wrong. Bye.